Okay, hello everyone again. Short update about our flight. We are now 2 hours and a half from Liège, where we are going to perform an Autoland. The big question is, what's an Autoland? So probably most of you know maybe what is an Autoland. You are passionate about aviation, and my colleague will maybe give you a short brief about a more detailed Autoland and what is specific for pilots. But I will say that I will give you a short brief for Autoland for dummies. Roughly, mainly, most of the time when we land with an aircraft, a 7473, we use a lot of instruments we have ahead of us. Probably most of you heard about the ILS. And at the end, we disconnect the autopilot to land ourselves. And then we have to see what is outside and to be able to flare, to reduce the thrust, and to make a nice flare to land on the runway. But sometimes, mainly for weather reason, so when you have fog, very low clouds, it's not possible to see the runway. And so the pilot then cannot land by himself by disconnecting the system. So then we have to let the autopilot land the airplane by himself. So that's what we call the Autoland. You say, okay, you just have to put the autopilot and then you leave the aircraft do everything. No, it's not so simple. First of all, the runway must be equipped for an Autoland because you need to have some area of protection and some specific instruments which are more precise. Then the aircraft need to be Autoland, so you have different aircraft. We are not able to make an Autoland. And then maybe we'll talk later that there is different stage of Autoland. So just meaning that more the visibility is less. So when you have nearly no visibility, then you have a very full Autoland and you can land without even see the runway underneath you. But roughly, so then the aircraft must be equipped, and then also the crew must be qualified. So every 6 months, every crew go to the simulator and we perform several Autoland for the training. Most of the time it's always the captain who is flying, even if it's the autopilot. But when you are flying through the autopilot, I mean that you are managing everything. And as a first officer, we are just checking that every instrument are still good and that the aircraft perform well his duty. So then the captain, when we arrive, will brief us about this Autoland procedure, and then we will engage the 3 autopilot, because you see that we have just right now 3 autopilot. One is flying now, but during the Autoland on the 7-4, there is the 3 autopilot working together. I mean roughly that one autopilot is checking the other. It's relatively basic, but roughly it's like that. And then you will see that the aircraft will come on the ILS, will go down, will by himself retard the thrust lever, he will start the flare, and he will land on the runway, keeping the runway center line, and at that time the captain will take the control and give some inputs to the aircraft, disconnecting everything. So roughly that's what's an Autoland. So an Autoland is just the possibility to land with a very, very poor visibility.
So, since we plan to do an Autoland in Liège, for this reason we have to do a low visibility approach briefing or Autoland briefing, because we're not doing Autolands on a daily basis, so we have to follow a certain checklist. And this checklist is a bit of an extensive one for you guys, so you can basically see what we tried to explain you before, what's really on the paper. So the low visibility approach in outside US, there you see we're going for the Cat 3 with a decision height below 50 feet, because we do the one with 0 decision height, we go all the way down to 0. Lowest decision height 0, and the lowest RVR 75. However, 75, we have been certified by the EASA for 75 on the 747, but the minimum for in Liège is 125. So for us, under real conditions, the minimum RVR would be 125 meters for us on the touchdown zone. From there, we're going down to straight all the way down to the runway on an Cat 3 Autoland. There will be no minimum. The barrels is 0, and then the minus and the radio altimeter is in the barrier and the minus. And on the left side here, because the callouts will be based on the left-hand side, is selected on the radio.
Langen, good evening, quality 400, descending level 250, 1,500 feet or more, and to Idovi.
Quality 400, hello, identified.
Quality 400.
Send to flight level 220 and go ahead.
Descend level 220, and any chance to proceed Archi Olno?
Yes, ASM quality 400, proceed direct Archi and thereafter Olno.
Archi Olno, quality 400.
220 set.
Check.
Direct Archi, please.
Quality 400, contact 129.575, goodbye.
Control, good evening, quality 400, descending 160 to Archi.
Quality 400, radar contact, expect runway 04 right, descend flight level 100.
Descend level 100 and request direct FSN, quality 400.
Direct FSN approved.
Direct FSN approved, quality 400.
Passos, good evening, Town 3 for Whiskey, top of Vigo.
Quality 400, descend flight level 70.
Descend level 70, quality 400.
Quality 400, contact Liège 119.280, bye-bye.
119.280, bye-bye, quality 400.
Quality 400, bonsoir, descend to flight level 60, high speed approved.
Descending 60, high speed approved and request to perform simulate Autoland, quality 400.
Roger, the sensitive area will not be protected.
What was that?
The sensitive area will not be protected.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we know.
We know. That's copied, quality 400.
Quality 400, descend to 3000 feet, QNH 1032, intercept localizer only initially, expect glide slow disturbance soon.
Copied, descending 3000 feet, QNH 1032, clear to intercept localizer, quality 400.
3000 set.
Altimeter
ATPM 3604.
1032 is set. Passing 6,800.
Same.
3674, the wind 110 degrees 5 knots, runway
checklist
04 right,
altimeter.
clear for takeoff. Clear for takeoff, runway 04 right,
1032, 1032.
1032, approach checklist complete.
Right level change.
Check. Speed, vertical speed.
Check. Flaps 5, please.
India hotel identified on the right.
India Hotel identified to the left. We have correct sensing.
Yes.
Localizer armed.
Checked.
Vertical speed.
Check.
100.
Localizer captured.
Approach mode armed. You see, left and right autopilot armed now.
Glide slope armed.
Check.
The 103674 identified.
Glide slope captured.
Contact Brussels
Thank
on the
you,
1
get out.
decimal 2, goodbye.
Flaps 20, please.
Brussels 1282, Ethiopian 3674, bye bye.
3000 is checked for the misapproach.
Check.
Quality 400, vacate Charlie 4, straight to cable, the wind 100 degrees 6 knots, gusting 10, 04 right, clear to land.
Runway 04 height, clear to land and practical package, Charlie 4 to the left, quality 400.
Flaps non-standard, flaps 25. And flaps 30. Landing checklist, please.
Speed brake,
Armed.
landing gear,
Is down.
flaps,
Flaps are 30.
landing checklist complete.
Thank you. Go around altitude 3000.
Checked.
So just for the viewers, now we can coming up radio altitude 1500 and it should change to land 3 or land 2. Doesn't do anything. Latest at 800. Now we have rollout flare lane 3.
1000.
Check.
Check.
Stabilized. .500, line 3.
Check.
400. 300. 200.
Alert height.
100. 50. 40.
Flare.
30. 20.
Idle.
10.
Roll out. Speed break up. Reverse or normal? $80 knots.
Check.
60 knots.
Check. Manual brakes.
Checked. Auto brakes.
400, Charlie 4, backtrack 04 left, November 2, Delta stand 116, bonne soirée.
And Charlie 4, backtrack 04 left, November 2, and stand, confirm the stand, quality 400?
116, did you have something different?
No, 116, perfect, quality 400, merci pour votre aide, bonne soirée.
Autopilot disconnected, by the way.
Yes, bonsoir, FedEx 4993, level 141, descending level 70, FZ. FedEx 4993, bonsoir, descend to flight level 60, high speed is approved, ILS 048, further descent in 30 miles. Okay, descent level 60,
I let you the landing light for
copy the descent, FedEx
taxi back
493,
over runway.
runway 048.
Thank you. Check.
400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Manual brakes. Check. Auto brakes.
500.
Check.
400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Please.
No, it's available, no problem.
Entry confirm.
Beaucoup.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, je suis
Engine
pour
to
le
engine
1339, demande autorisation taxi Alpha.
Cancel. Thank
Oui,
you.
Alpha. Autorisé Alpha 339.
Okay, so right is clear.
Thank you.
And right is still clear.
And left is clear.
And 160 will be just behind the Chinese.
Yep, thanks. You may store the APU if you like.
Just wait 30 seconds if good for you.
Good.
Yes.
All lights off, please.
And it's clear on my side.
And I see 747.
Yeah.
And the left side is clear.
Establish status 4 right, 11 miles. 93, roger. Stand 23, Sierra 3 is available. Doing 120 degrees, 4 knots, gusting stop, gusting 12, runway 04 right, jet effect. Great left hand is in.
Parking brake is set.
Check.
Shutdown checklist, please.
Shutdown checklist. Hydraulic panel set for the parking brake. Fuel pumps are off. Flaps are up. Parking brake.
Parking brake is set.
Check. Fuel control switches.
Cut off.
Check. Weather radar is off. Shutdown checklist complete.
Is off. Thank you. So, this was a beautiful Autoland. It doesn't get any better than that by this old lady. And she's really a beauty and the queen of the skies. We'd like to thank ASL Belgium, which made this happen. To all of you, always happy landings and see you soon.
Yes, nice to hand up this Autoland with this 3 day with you. Thanks a lot for following us. Also, thanks again to ASL Belgium and Antonio. Thanks for the flight and see you next time. Bye bye.